Perfect. I'll give you a brief roadmap. This will be an advanced type of session to help you guys with filling your JoSAA counseling priority list, preference list, right? Based on which you'll get to know what are the best colleges for you, because it's not about the rank, honestly. In the JoSAA counseling, it's more about the choices you fill. Because I'll give you such kind of facts today that will blow your minds. So there are a lot of students who have got ranks in lakhs, right? Around somewhere around, I would say 50 percentile or so, even 30 percentile or so in the past years. And these guys, they are getting admission into NITs through general category. And that's amazing, because people generally think that you need to have a very, very good percentile to get into NITs. But it's a smart way out, right? So a lot of these hacks which I'll be telling you today will help you out in filling your preference list in this JoSAA counseling. A lot of students are not even aware of this. And what we'll be discussing today will be very, very helpful for a lot of you out there, because this will be an advanced session. I'll not walk you through, okay, what are the colleges which you get through JoSAA counseling, right? Or what is the entire procedure? How do you do choice filling? Not all of that basic stuff. What we'll be discussing today will be majorly what decision making, or what are the guidelines for decision making that you have to follow when you are doing choice filling in your JoSAA counseling, right? So I'll just quickly check what's there in the chat box. Okay, nothing so far. So if you have any doubts, guys, you can of course pop it out in the chat box, and we'll begin over here. So JoSAA counseling basics first I'll discuss. So let me just see what mark it is. It is of course the first live stream we are having. So this is just a try and test to help you guys out with this. Perfect. So JoSAA counseling. Basics first we'll figure out. So okay, so as I said, I won't be telling you about the basics as such, but just quickly summarizing for those of you who are not even aware about it. So the last date we have for filling, right? Last date for filling the choices and getting them frozen. So freeze option which you have in the JoSAA counseling, that's 12th of June, and that's 5 p.m. right? If you do not fill it till this time, it will automatically get locked. Tomorrow is your first mock round, right? 8th, when you'll get the first, seat allotment based on past year cutoffs, right? Tomorrow, and then on the 11th. So you guys will get a fair idea what choices I need to fill. You'll get twice that idea. And so that you can, of course, freely fill out those choices. So I can see, of course, you guys cannot see at the top of the screen, right? Can you guys? Okay, you can. Take it. परफेक्ट. सो दिस इज लास्ट डेट. इससे पहले अपना एम क्या है वो मैं बता देता हूँ. अपना सबसे पहला एम जो होगा वो है कि वी हैव टू फिगर आउट विच इज़ द बेस्ट कॉलेज फॉर अस, नंबर वन. विच इज़ द बेस्ट ब्रांच फॉर अस, नंबर टू. ऑफ कोर्स विच इज़ वेरी ऑब्वियस, राइट? But how do we figure this out? That is the real deal. Because a lot of you would be just Googling things, going on online forums and searching things, right? Maybe just talking to your seniors or your faculty and getting things figured out. In this session, I'll be telling you exactly what is the best way out to figure out which branch is best for you, right? What are the shortlisting criteria you need to follow, and who are the people you need to reach out smartly, because a lot of people won't be telling you this. So last date, as I said, is अपना 12 June, but उससे पहले we have to fill it by tomorrow itself, right? Or day after tomorrow. We have to complete all the calls, all the interactions, and be sure that this is what we are going for. What are the colleges you get? So there are 23 IITs if you have cleared JEE Advanced, right? And if you have cleared JEE Mains, so for JEE Mains there are NITs, right? There are triple ITs, and there are GFTIs. Okay, and collectively, so these are around something 17K.7 seats, but I would say 18K. Let's take it 18K seats. These combined make the around 40k, 42k seats, right? And you'd be surprised by the fact that generally people think there are 14 lakh students appearing for JEE mains. So when I'm talking about JEE mains, so this is through JEE mains, right? No private colleges, these are government funded institutes, right? These are triple ITs and these are NITs, all are government funded institutes only. So these are the colleges where you will be getting admission through JoSAA Counselling. And just take a guess, how many students apply for JoSAA Counselling out of those 14 lakh students who appeared for JEE mains? 14.5 lakhs this year, right? So how many of those students actually applied for your JoSAA Counselling? Any guesses, guys? I wanted to pop out in the chat. Hang on. No answer so far, but I would say it's basically roughly around 2 lakhs. And that is surprising. Only 2 lakh students out of 14.5 lakhs are applying for JoSAA Counselling. And these 2 lakhs are not, of course, the top 2 lakh students, because there are a lot of options for students apart from government colleges, which students opt for based on maybe their caliber or their interests. So some of them may be going abroad, some of them may be just opting for your, what do I say, private institutions which are not covered in JoSAA. Some of them may be taking a drop, right? And the remaining population, which is of course going to IITs, NITs, triple ITs and GFTIs, they're applying for this particular counselling. And this gives you a very good opportunity. So this 2 lakhs includes students across the rank ranges, across the percentiles, right? So even a 14.5 lakh student who got like 0 percentile or 1 percentile something, that person can also apply, and that is there in this 2 lakhs. And these guys get an advantage over the other students who did not apply, and they get seats into NITs, triple ITs and GFTIs. And what is the actual hack to get those seats is what I'll be talking about today. So based on the past year cutoffs and everything, so there are 3 types of colleges. Now let's dive deep into what type of colleges we have. So we have, as I said, perfect. So hang on. So now I'll be talking about what are Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges. So any guesses, guys? What is Tier 1? What is Tier 2? Or what is Tier 3? No one? So we have a very small room, guys. Anyway, I'll tell you guys why tier is important and what exactly is a tier. So tier is defined on the city the college is in. So if it's a metropolitan city, then that belongs to Tier 1, right? And as the development of the city reduces, right? So city development goes down, tier goes up, right? So Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, right? And the real deal is, you'll not be selecting colleges in your JoSAA counselling based on the branches. You'll be selecting this college only based on the tier first, then you move on to the college itself, and then your preference should be the branch. And why is it so? I'll just tell you in a while. So preference order. Preference order should be tier 2 college, then 3 your branch. Okay, perfect. So tier, why? Because see, the better the tier of the college, the better the city the college is in, the more the opportunities you will be getting. So if I were to take an example for this particular purpose, I would say, so if I have an option between IIT Delhi versus IIT Kharagpur, right? Both of these are one of the top 5 IITs, right? And if I have to choose between these two, right? Of course, you would say IIT Delhi is a higher choice, so I would go for that, right? So a better option over here would be, so it's a better choice only because it's in a metropolitan city. But sometimes IIT Madras is has sometimes been ranked lower than IIT Kharagpur. And if I were to choose IIT Madras or IIT Kharagpur, I would go for IIT Madras only because it's in a better city as compared to IIT Kharagpur, right? You would say that it's a South Indian city, right? And I do not want to have that kind of food, right? A lot of people have their own preferences, right? I would get bored over there, all of these kind of things. But a lot of opportunities are open over there. And even if I were to change this to a lower IIT, so for example, which is in a developed city, slightly developed, that would be Indore, right? Versus IIT Kharagpur or IIT Kanpur, right? Indore is far well developed, although it's on rank 10, right? But still, it's a far better institute as compared to IIT Kharagpur, okay? So you guys should prefer IIT Indore over IIT Kharagpur. If you're getting a better branch over here, definitely you would, because the closing ranks of IIT Indore are way lower as compared to IIT Kharagpur. So if you're getting something like a CSE over here and maybe electrical over here, I would prefer IIT Indore electrical, only because there are a lot of variables you're not even aware of right now. And those would come handy because see, you'll have multiple choices to choose from. You will have choices like, okay, maybe 2 years down the line, you think about, I want to switch my field, right? I'm not really enjoying electrical engineering. You never know how AI brings in changes in the current world. And based on the circumstances, then how the market is performing, how the jobs are opening up in electrical engineering, you would want to change into something else, right? So the opportunities that you get in IIT Indore would be far, far greater than what you will be getting in IIT Kharagpur. Do you understand? So this is the benefit of going into IIT Indore. So what are these opportunities? Let me chalk it out based on the current scenarios we have. So maybe you want to go out for, let's say, you plan after 2 years based on the friends you hang out with, that you want to prepare for, say, CAT in the future, so MBA, or say GMAT, right? And say UPSC, right? So if I were to talk about IIT Delhi, for example, I am getting civil over here, right? I am getting civil. And if I were to talk about versus IIT, say IIT Goa, I am getting CSE over here, right? I would prefer IIT Delhi. Why? Because in IIT Delhi, first of all, your campus life will be beautiful in both of these places. So if you're a beach person or something, so you can of course go to IIT Goa and enjoy the beaches over there. Here you'll get a lot of amenities like a lot of adventurous things which you can explore in Delhi, right? You can go to a lot of cafes with your friends, socialize, a lot of meetups go on in Delhi. Internships get along easily because Delhi NCR is the hub for corporates. And then of course, if you want to go out and hang out with friends, multiple places are available, and your life will be very great outside the campus as well, which generally is the college life people look forward to when you're going to a college, right? So go, of course, you can go in the summer vacations also. So IIT Delhi in that sense is good, right? Coming to this particular thing, say after the second year you decide that I want to prepare for CAT, right? I want to go into consultancy later, right? And MBA is the thing I want to nail it. So a lot of coaching institutes, there are hubs of coaching institutes in Delhi for be it CAT, be it UPSC, and this preparation starts in the college itself. So you do not wait till the college gets over and then go for a coaching somewhere, right? You need a proper environment, proper community, and that is only possible if you have it in a hub over there, right? Which people generally go for, and they get these opportunities very easily. So the entire environment and everything, that is very easily accessible over there. In IT Go, on the other hand, people wouldn't even be thinking about going for a coaching offline for UPSC or CAT or GMAT or something, right? So that is one thing, easily accessible. Plus, if I talk about internships, that you will get very easily if you are in a metropolitan city, and that will impact your placements as well, because there are a lot of opportunities. See, in IT Delhi, if there are hundreds of opportunities over there, in IT Goa, I would say for internship, the opportunities will be limited to under 100, because there are not a lot of corporates around, right? You'll have to travel very far away, or you'll have to shift to somewhere. In the summers, of course, if you're talking about internships, people also do it along their semesters, right? And if you want to stay in the college and stay around and not travel a lot, not have that entire burden of things, right? So in that case, that is very convenient, IIT Delhi. Plus, if the case is key companies, if I talk about from the company's perspective, they would prefer a person who's nearby as compared to a person who is very far away when they're doing an internship, right? Because say the project extends deadlines, right? So what about a hybrid or work from home thing, right? Would it be very feasible if the person has to come say once a week in the office or something like that? So those opportunities, that those networking things, all of those, a lot of variables are there, and that becomes very easy when you're choosing a metropolitan college, so tier 1 college which I'm talking about. So in that case, you would never go for something like IIT Goa. One, because of course it has a lower rank, it's a new IIT. Then of course, because IIT Delhi Civil, if you are planning to go for non-core opportunities after college, not core ones, right? Then it's wonderful. In fact, in civil, core also opportunities are very good in India. Okay, so you can definitely explore that as well, right? Then you decide college. Okay. When I come to college, so here, when I have made the choice that if it's say IIT Delhi or DT, okay, so not talking about that, we're talking about NITs, right? So say NIT Delhi for some of you, or say Triple IT Hyderabad for those of you who are getting this. So I'm talking about top colleges, but I would encourage you guys to mention your current status in the chat box so that I can reply to it and give you realistic scenarios. So when I'm talking about IT Delhi, NIT Delhi or Triple IT Hyderabad, these institutes out there, once you fix them up, so now you start the choice filling based on these colleges. So this is the preference order. So you decided, okay, tier 1 colleges I want to go for. In the tier 1 colleges, these are the ones I'm getting and this I want to go for. So you fill all of these branches first of these colleges, which you believe that should be on the top, are maybe your dream choices or something, which are not maybe even practically possible, but all of those choices you fill in, and the last choice should be closer to your current percentile or rank you are getting. Okay, based on past year cutoffs, the branch which you're getting based on your current rank or percentile, you should fill that up. Then you should be choosing to fill out the branch. So branch is the next choice, right? So which I said कि यहाँ पे, hang on, so यहाँ पे अपनी CSE आ जाएगी, ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद EE आ जाएगी, ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे भी दो हैं अपने पास, ECE, EE, ठीक है. Maybe you will have, so some of you may prefer greater than CSE, you would want to go for the maths and computing, right? So ऐसे करके हम orders fill करेंगे इसके. So how do we fill orders? I'll move on to the next page now. So choice filling, let's talk about this. So number one, the choice filling should be अपना dream options. So, dream options, dream options, right? Second should be practical options, right? Now a lot of students stop over here. They are like, okay, dream options is what I wanted. I prepared very hard for it. I am not looking beyond it. If I get this IIT done and dusted, I won't look beyond this. And sometimes what also happens is cutoffs change like this, that if a person who is just sticking to dream options, they do not get any seat if they've not filled practical options. And even if some of you consider, okay, I'm very sane, right? I would definitely check out some practical options which are slightly higher than my current cutoff or very close to my current cutoff. So I would choose those. Some of the students also do not get those options even if they fill it based on past year cutoffs. And this is where they have to end up going to a private university or go abroad or something like this. So in this case, the best thing for you guys is keep in mind that go for safety options as well. Because there should be options which you're not considering, honestly, you do not want, right? But if this does not exist, the first two, in that case, you should go for them, right? So it's not like you do not get anything at all and you're waiting till the 6th round or after that and hoping that something happens, oh god, right? That shouldn't be the case, because that will ultimately end up paying a lot of college fee in private institutes, and which is why it's very important that you go for safety options, very, very importantly, and that is the most sane choice. So even if there is a GFTI which you have to fill up, maybe, right, you go for it. And now coming to the real hack, right? So this is very important. So this should be done at every cost, right? Because I have seen a lot of students fail at this who are not guided properly. So this is the order of choice filling. You can just take a screenshot and know that this option is missed by a lot of students, so you fill it up, right? So I'll move on to the next step, right? Let me just check out the live. Cool. So if you guys have any doubts or questions, you can type it out in the chat. But anyway, coming now to your hacks, right? So number one hack for you guys is make best use of the state quota that you have. Okay. So state quota, when I talk about, so cutoffs generally, when I'm talking about say tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, if you look at the past year cutoffs in general category, so they would come somewhere around, I can also maybe write it down for you guys so that you know. So if I talk about tier 1 and I talk about NITs, right? So in this case, if I talk about the top branch cutoff, that comes out to be somewhere around, so that is around 3K to 6K. Okay? This is the case. If I talk about tier 2 or tier 3, this is the option where a lot of you can get lucky most of the times. But if I talk about tier 2, that runs to somewhere around, I would say, 6K to 11K or so. Not the actual rank list, I'll provide that to you under the description of this video as well. But if I talk about this, that goes to 11K, hang on, to 23K or something, right? So this is how it goes. In fact, this also goes to around 30K for if I go about others, GFTIs and everything. In some years, this is also gone to 30K, this particular thing. But when I'm talking about state quota, यहाँ पे पता है क्या होता है, a lot of these times ये 6K से तो चालू होता है बट एंड आपका जाके 30K पे होता है, ठीक है? ये 11K पे चालू होता है और कभी कभार तो 4 to 7 lakhs भी गया, ठीक है? This is a very wonderful thing because 7 lakhs का मतलब समझ रहे हो जो मैंने बताया, 50 परसेंटाइल का भी बच्चा 50 percentiler is getting into tier 3 NIT top branch. computer science in an NIT with a 50 percentile. Can you imagine that? Just because they had that safety option over here. That guy, they were like, sorry, not the safety option, but the dream option over here got them over here. But a lot of students are not even thinking about filling up the choice. Who's getting 7 or a 4 lakh rank, right? These guys are not even thinking about filling the JoSAA counselling only because they have given up already. Ki I won't be getting any good college, maybe let's just take a drop. But if I'm talking about this data, 4 to 7 lakhs state quota se NIT mil jata, for example, state quota what I'm talking about. So this is a northeast case, right? NIT is in the northeast. Over there, a student who gave boards from that particular state. So what is the state quota basically? Whichever state you have given the board from. So be it Delhi or be it Bombay, be it Madras, be it Haryana, whatever state, or be it Mizoram, Sikkim, anywhere. That is your quota state, right? What do we say? That is your domicile state. Okay, if a college would consider students to get admitted into their college, they would first give preference to the students in their own state. A lot of these times what happens is कि by the time it's the 5th counseling round, a lot of students, they have taken the seat, their choice is locked, they have not they've even frozen the choice, right? But they have not paid the fees. Why? Because they got another opportunity, maybe say abroad or in a private university, and they left that seat. Now the college has to fill up that seat. So anyone who has filled up that particular lower college seat for a 20-30,000 student, that would be a backup choice, right? But for a 7 lakh or 4 lakh, 5 lakh rank student, that would be a very dream choice which they were not even thinking about, and they selected this particular college and they got a seat over there just because someone till the 5th round did not freeze their seat or pay for the college fees or something, and that seat was left blank, and which is why they got even on a 4 to 7 lakh rank, they got into an NIT, and these are real stories, right? So this is where state quota comes handy. Second thing is, now this is what I want to talk about realistically. So this is practically not a hack, but a very important advice, right? What I'm talking about now. So important advice is talk to not your seniors, but people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a gold mine for all of you guys. So if you are having any confusion, so okay sir, you told the basics. Now we have figured out the choices, we have figured out the preferences. This is exactly the college which we want. So we are having confusion in 2 to 3 choices. Which one should we go for? We should even go for this branch or not? I'm getting this branch in a very good college. As you said, tier 1 colleges should be the preference because they're in a good city, right? And we got a lot of opportunities over there. So I'm getting a tier 1 college, but I'm not really sure whether I want to go into this branch or not. How do I know? Is it worth for me or not? What are the opportunities after that? What do people do after they get this branch? Who are the companies who come for hiring, right? What kind of placements do they give? What are the salary packages, averages? Best answer you'll get to all of these questions by talking to people on LinkedIn. What I want you to do is just go on LinkedIn, right? Whichever branch and whichever college you have finalized, I want to get to know about, chalk it down to 2 to 3 choices at max. And out of those 2 to 3 choices, which you are having confusion is in which to fill above or which to fill below, right? Go to LinkedIn and search these keywords. So for example, say if it's IIT Kanpur, maths and computing, right? If you're getting that, let's just say you search IIT Kanpur maths and computing on LinkedIn. Just create an account, right, through your own phone number, and just search for these people. Go to ChatGPT. Over there, just type out, please write a cold outreach message for me. I am a JEE aspirant, and I want to talk to people on LinkedIn who have done a course from this particular college in this branch, and I want to see where they are right now, 5 years from now, and I want 10 minutes guidance from them. Just please write a short LinkedIn cold outreach text for me. One template text ChatGPT will give you. Maybe, oh, hey, it will look something like this. Hey, I'm reaching out. I'm a JEE aspirant, right? I'm filling the JoSAA counseling. It would be very great for me if you could just take 5 minutes out and help me out and contribute to the community, right? I would love to talk to you. I would love to have get on call with you and get that guidance. It'll really help. Thank you so much. That's it. Once you get this message, you search those people who have passed out of these colleges or are currently in these colleges. You do not talk to first or second year students at all. They have no clue about what's going on. Hang on. Again. So what you have to do is go to third or fourth year college students in colleges or people who have passed out, and then so hang on, the voice is not coming clear, is it? Okay, so it's better now. Must be better. Perfect. Chalo. So you go to, where was I? So you go to people who are 5 years in their career after they have passed out from this particular branch, and you also go to people who have who are in third or fourth year in college, and just reach out to 20 people per choice filling which you have. Just send them that very same template message, copy paste to 20 people, and 2 to 3 choices which you have, preferences which you need to decide from. Just shoot out those messages, and out of those 20 people you send it to, maybe 1 or 2 will reply. Okay, you just need 1 to 2 people to talk to. If it's 4 to 5, that's brilliant. You'll get a holistic view from different people how the scenario is like. Now, what are the questions you ask them, right? So once they give their number, you just shoot them a call, right? Get on a call with them, and on the call you just have to discuss. Okay, so I am looking about taking this branch. Could you please give me a brief overview of what is covered in the course curriculum and how relevant is it, right? Question number 1. Question number 2, what are the companies which come to the campus and what are the average packages and the highest salary packages, and who are the people who get these packages? Like what CGPA do you need to maintain to get in these packages? And you take a follow-up questions after that. So okay, so placement prep is the game. What is the most important factor? All of those things. Then you discuss what are the other prospects after this branch. So what are the stats around this? How many people go to study abroad? How many people go to non-core fields in this? How many people go into core, and what are the core salary packages? All of these questions you ask. Then final 4th and 5th question which you ask is, where do you see yourself 5 years after passing out of college, or where are you 10 years passing out of college? And then you try to understand what realistically this branch looks like. What are the salary packages? How is life like? What are your seniors doing, right? All of these questions you ask these people who get on call with you, and then based on what information you have gathered, does it resonate with what you want to do? If it does, you go for that branch, right? No questions asked. If it does not, right, in that case choose the other branch, second option which is available. So whichever is the most resonating one, you go for it. And now important thing over here, one more question which you can ask is, how is the landscape of this particular branch changing given the rise in AI, right? What are the changes which are there in the industry, and where does this market actually have to go? So all of those, that data once you have, these are the number of openings and this is the demand in the market, and we have less number of employees for this job. So that means it's growing. So if it's like a lot of people are being laid off in this particular industry, so which means it's not a good option to go forward into, right? So if you guys have any doubts, any questions? Perfect. So there was a lag anyway. So I've discussed majorly everything about JoSAA Counselling. So if you guys have any doubts, any questions, any queries, of course, feel free to type it out in the chat. And of course, even if you're watching this video later, so you can point out in the comment section. And yes, perfect, I'll be very happy to answer them, and personally reach out to me if you're an IITianGuide student, right? Perfect, thank you. We'll be ending this video over here. And thank you for watching. Thank you for attending the session. Best wishes to everyone. May you get the best colleges possible.